There's a new Seeker mold, which means we have to dredge out the old Seeker mold. Now, I was on the side of the fence that liked the Earthrise Seeker mold. Now I think I prefer the Siege one more, even though it didn't really appeal to me at the time. But like, yes, this is a sort of HD remaster of the classic Seeker, which I was fine with because I never had the classic Seekers at the time. I've had Thundercracker and Dirge, and you know, it was nice having new versions of those that weren't ridiculously expensive or hard to find, that kind of thing. But you know, I can see why people might not like it, but it's still here, it's still solid. Let's check out the new one with, interestingly, Thundercracker first. I'm surprised they did him as the first one. I do like it, though. Here's my only other Thundercracker at the moment. The War for Cybertron. And I'm really fond of this guy. Like, he impressed the hell out of me. So, immediately when this guy got released, or info about him, you could kind of see people splitting one of two ways. One liked the more cartoon accurate minimalist design, and some people said, oh, where's the details? Like, you can never win. This is Studio Series, so they're going for maximum screen accuracy, and I think they did a very good job. So he's very smooth, like smooth. Head sculpt. Head sculpt is a classic Seeker. It's got a bit of a smile going on. And also, light piping. Light piping. The body is incredibly clean. They've even managed to tuck away the jet canopy, so it's not just sticking out the back there. That is really nice. All the way down. Can I show off some light piping? Don't get blinded now. It's clear behind his red eyes, which is kind of awkward. It doesn't really... that kind of works. Blinded by the light. And if you want an even cleaner look, you can remove these and plug them in on the back. Like, they really put all of their brain power into figuring how can we make this guy as clean as possible. It's like, yeah. It's the first Seeker I've seen of the G1 design that actually cleans up the legs. Also, these bits, the wingtips, are removable if you don't fancy them. And he comes with his standard null rays, which are the same as the ones from the Earthrise, painted in a lighter blue. Overall, I do like the lighter hue of this guy This was the Thundercracker from the 2-pack with Scourge. And I've heard that this isn't like the most accurate blue to the Generation 1 cartoon, which in itself, G1 accuracy is kind of a why bother, but you know, they try. And honestly, I think this guy does everything the Earthrise does better and then some. Like, the head is on a ball joint. And it's on a hinge. So you can, whoa, not do that right now. I guess we'll talk about that. I don't... But yeah, he can look down. He can look up super high. Rotate. Arms can move forwards and go all the way around. If you want to get the wings out of the way somewhat, you kind of have to unpeg them. But you can do it. Actually, a big step up is the port for the null ray is on the bicep. So he can actually point them forward instead of just raising his arm and them being on the side. Like, he can actually look dynamic shooting his null rays. And I think possibly the biggest engineering advancement we made on this. He's got a waist swivel. It's so rare to have a Seeker with an actual waist swivel. No. The only other one I could think of is the Masterpiece, and even then, you have to sort of start transforming him to get access to it. But that also is one of the sources, or I guess the main source of people's hesitance with this figure is this joint. Now, it technically does give you a backwards bend, a limbo joint, if you will, but like mine out of the box was stuck a bit, and I had to like force it, and now it doesn't feel like it actually connects and stays in place. Like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to lock onto that, like, and stay locked, but it doesn't separate on its own. It just comes together. Come together right now over me. But yeah, it just moves whenever you apply force to it. So like, will that be an issue going forward with the 5 others they're already guaranteeing? Because yes, we are getting the 3 main Seekers and the 3 cone heads. Skywarp has already been shown off. And apparently Starscream's in the repaints only line, like the More Than Meets the Eye, which is like, because you've got like battle damaged Optimus Prime, battle damaged Megatron, bunch of other random things, and like, why does Starscream? Why? His elbow has a bend. It bends 90 degrees. His wrist has a joint. Is it a ball joint? Is it a... Yes, it's a ball joint. Doesn't allow much up and down bend, but there is a tiny bit. It's almost negligible. Hips go forwards and move the skirt. The skirt can go back down. Hips can go out all the way. Thigh swivel. 90-degree knee bend. And he has an ankle pivot. Oh, and a kind of negligible toe joint. It goes up, but mainly for the transformation. So yeah. Posability is really good, actually. Like, if these opened up for his classic chest missile nipples, say that 5 times fast. Like, that'd be a really cool gimmick to have. But yeah, I'm a fan of the posability because they keep improving. Like that waist, I'm actually surprised no mainline Seeker actually, well, okay, since Siege. I keep forgetting about Siege. Siege did a very posable Seeker. But in a non-Tetrajet form, this is very impressive. And put his wings back on his legs because we'll need them there for the transformation. I think this one's on the correct side. There we go. Is it on the... Yeah. Alright, so that transformation, we're going to remove the null rays. And as you can see, they're clear plastic painted light blue. And, you know, no Seeker ever is going to manage to avoid parts forming. Like, the guns don't bother me. So we're going to open his forearm like I did. Fold away his wrists. Now we're going to open his torso up. We also want to kind of open the back up. We're going to rotate it around and make sure the nose cone connects. I'm doing that wrong. Yeah, rotate it around first and then connect the nose cone. And when do you, yep. We're going to close the back up right here. And make sure the nose cone plugs in. I will also lower the landing gear. You kind of just got to get your nail in there. It's a bit of a pain, but it's doable. So we're going to take this flap, fold it down, get the wings. We also need these tiny little, these gray pieces right there to fold in like that, because otherwise things in the chest won't go together. Now we're gonna fold his arms in inside the torso. And then kind of just not do that. I hope you don't do that, but the chest pieces are going to plug into where the null rays were. Like that. And make sure you lock everything back together. Oh, come on. Really? Yep. Okay. We're almost done. The wings, these back wings are going to fold up, and the feet are going to fold in. Now we open the backs of the shins. Which way do you open them? Open them that way. And now they're going to accordion up. So we're here. Now they're going to go there. They're going to plug back in. Yep. So they don't move far, but they move a little bit, which... Plug them together. Make sure your wings there. Oh, come on. Because they are going to tab into this back flap. If I had done this correctly, which feels like I haven't, okay, one side. One side is just not locking in right now. Come on. Ah, there. Snap, snap. Snap. Now fold the wings down. And last thing is to plug in the null rays. One, two. And there you have Thundercracker in his whoops. Now he's done. And in his F-15 Eagle. And yep, it's Thundercracker. It's the classic jet. It looks good. There's a little bit of paneling here, but what are you going to do? With the way the nose cone folds in, that's kind of bound to happen. But I think it blends the joints well enough that I'm not annoyed by them. And I like that slight redux of the mold and the transformation. It is exactly what you expect it to be, but like the flip out nose cone is really cool. it leaves this massive gaping hole where his heart used to be. Same. On the note of heart, I don't talk much about Thundercracker's character, but like, it's interesting to me, like, at least G1 Thundercracker is kind of like one of those Decepticons who doesn't really want to be a Decepticon. Like, he actually grows to sort of like Earth in a way. And apparently in the Skybound comics, they give him like a dog. And so, like, he's loyal to Megatron and everyone. And I think him and Skywarp are, like, actually brothers as opposed to just teammates. So he doesn't want to betray his team, but he also doesn't really see the point of the senseless fighting for millennia. So that's kind of cool. Now, does this canopy open? Oh my god, yes it does! You can fit practically nothing in there. But still, opening cockpit, nice. It doesn't have to split. And I guess we have to transform the other two, but okay. I guess if I was to give Earthrise anything, it's the penguin head and the silver. I do kind of wish his gray was silver. That's really the only thing. Like, the waist locking in more and the silver paint is kind of the only thing I wish this guy did. But we need to win comparison in jet mode. Here he is with Earthrise. Oh yeah, he also doesn't have the hinge on the wings. That is a little bit unfortunate. And the War for Cybertron Deluxe. I never got any of the Studio Series ones. I think I was fine with the Deluxes. This is a very good figure in my opinion. Now the waist, that might turn some people off. The more cartoon-oriented, smooth lines and edges might turn some people off, but if you're looking for a classic Seeker that does something a little bit different and also just has more posability, then I think you might want to look at Thundercracker. And now I'm probably going to get Skywarp. Most likely going to get Starscream. They are doing the 3 cone heads. But I don't think I'm going to sell my Earthrise ones. The only one I would think about selling is Starscream, because then I would display the Siege one on my main Decepticon shelf, and the movie one on the Studio Series shelf, hopefully with his crown, robe, and throne. Because I don't have a coronation set, like, at all. And that's kind of his biggest thing in the movie Starscream, besides throwing away Lord Megatron. It's that scene, that iconic scene, and I kind of hope they give him the coronation set. Like, they gave the coronation gear to the Earthrise one, but then released it at leader price point, changing almost none of the mold except giving him finger articulate, just like an opening hand. So I didn't go for it because I didn't think it was worth it, because I'm like, I already have Earthrise. Like, there's almost no difference. I do want the coronation gear. Thundercracker, he's cool, he's blue. He's cool blue Mountain Dew. Actually, that's Gatorade. Damn it. It rhymed. Kinda. Anyway, I'm going to swish him about in plane mode for a bit. Till next time, keep it weird. Like walking out the other day and seeing all the planes above heads. Just a heck of a lot louder. Bye.